This is my friend Jesse. Hi.
Hi!
And today I will introduce the topics about the depression. And first, I have a question for you guys. Do you know how many people are suffering from depression around the world?
No, I have no idea.
And according to research, there are 300 million people have the depression. And sometimes we see some news about the people are committing suicide, and the result is that they have the depression. Okay, and the depression affects people all age as well, no matter what is your background. However, today many people get harsh pressure from their works and their life. Okay, and I will just talk about I will state three main points. First, I will talk about what is the meaning of the depression. Second, I will talk about what is symptoms about the depression, and third, I will just talk about how we treat the depression. Okay, first, I'm going to talk about the detailed information about depression. And depression is a common and serious medical illness negatively affect how you feel, how you act, and how you think. And depression causes feeling of sadness and lose interest in activities once enjoyed. And therefore, depression makes the patient feels their lives are worse, are hopeless. Even eventually, most patients will choose to commit suicide. Also, I want to talk about the three different types of the depression. First is a major depression, and second one is a seasonal depression. Third one is a postpartum depression. And there is no single cause of the depression. According to research, it can be the result of the brain chemistry and the hormones and the genetics, as well as life experience and the physical health. And the cause of depression is not very clear, but it's certain that many aspects of the biological and psychological and the social environment are involved in the pathogenesis of the depression. And now we know the depression is very harsh mental disease, and therefore I will start to tell you some of the symptoms of the depression. And I will just list some of the main symptoms of the depression. Like for example, the heavy mode can be happy to be little self-evolution and tired, lack of energy. And then it's something like the negative symptoms. And since I know the famous Hong Kong movie star called Leslie Zhang, who jumped off in his apartment in 2003, that is a fact of a major depression. And when people feel their life is boring or very sad or they're very lazy, they just want to commit suicide. And depression disorder with a seasonal partner is a pattern of the depression episode that occur in line with the seasonal change. Most commonly, it is diagnosed in winter in people who live in the cold limbs, and summer type the seasonal pattern is less often diagnosed. And I will state the three seasonal depression effect in the United States. First, 5% of the U.S. population experience seasonal depression in any given year, and 4 out of 5 people with seasonal depression are women. And the average age of the onset is in between the 20 and 30 years old. According to the symptoms of the depression, we refresh our mind that depression will affect serious problem in our ordinary life. Thus, we need to find some solution to solve it. Okay, so right now, scientists already find out some solution to how to solve the depression. According to research, I there has three useful treatment methods for major depression disorder. This approach includes the psychotherapy, antidepressant, the medication, and the electroconvulsive the treatment, also called the ECT. A psychologist is able to get the depressed people to reduce some of the mental thought of the suicide, and people with depression will get some relief by the psychological and guiding the symptoms of the many people with the depression, and antidepressant drugs refer to group of the psychotropic drugs mainly used to treat the mental illness with emotional depression as prominent symptoms. Also, ECT is another way how to treat the major depression, and it refers to the passage of the certain amount of the current through the patient's head, resulting in systemic convulsions and to achieve the purpose of treating the depression. Okay, in conclusion, we learned that depression is a tough mental disease and it affects most people to commit suicide. In my own word, depression is not very bad mental disease, but many depressed people should change their mind to treat it. If patients start to find some solution to treat depression in early time, depression will cannot run through their mind, and the most patient will get a relief from the depression. And finally, depression sounds like the horrible, deathful disease. However, depressed patients should have a balanced nutrition and go outside to do some exercise. Then they don't need to worry about the depression. Okay, thank you.